Hey everybody, Tony D and little Joan here on a Piney podcast. I was gonna wake up and grab a shower first, but little Joan was just so excited when I said video. I said, "Oh, let's do the video." While Joan's excited about it, Joan doesn't want to be in videos recently, so I was like, "Okay, let's do one." Um, so the update: 1,400 cases, new cases. Again, all the numbers are trending down. There's a report out that a veterans home, I believe it's in Menlo Park, 72 of the patients have died, and the beer virus is running rampant in the veterans home. They're all very elderly, and it's tragic. It really is. Um, you know, I don't know how locking down everywhere else is going to stop it from getting into these places. I really don't. Again, unless they turn every old folks' home into a spaceship in which the entire atmosphere is controlled, everybody who comes in and out is completely decontaminated. I don't even think the staff is doing anywhere close to that. So, from what I've heard from at least one person who works in one of these places, you know, they're mitigating, but they're not in hazmat suits. And unfortunately, that would be the only way that I could see, other than spraying everybody down when they came in and out of the building. To and even then, if one of the staff is infected with an asymptomatic variant of the beer virus and doesn't know it, gets decontaminated, breathes on something, although they got a face mask, but like takes it off for a minute, touches their face, whatever. Um, you know, Everybody who's in a home is extremely vulnerable. So they would have to be extremely careful. And these homes run 24/7. There's a night staff. I know because I've been to these places and they're not happy places. Um, so I don't envy the people that work there. I didn't envy them before this. I mean, now, whew, what a nightmare it must be. What a nightmare. Um, but that all being said, I think Phil has to open the rest of the state up because, and I haven't heard anything today. Um, where's his announcement today? He should be announcing, like, okay, we're going to start easing the restrictions. Instead, the latest news is the state police are worried about wave parades. I don't know if you've heard of these things. Apparently, the new thing now is to do a wave parade for graduation or to honor first responders or whatever, in which, the people who are being honored, whoever they are, go down the middle of the street and people can wave at them. And that way everybody can social distance and whatever, which is already a little bit stupid. But now the state police are making noise that, oh, this may violate Governor Murphy's order. So they may shut down wave parades, which was already a response to this. Now that's not good enough. I don't know what you expect people to do. I don't know how you expect people to shut down their lives this long. Um, they're just going to start ignoring you. And if you start cracking down on this, then they're going to get really upset and they're going to force you to end this. Not like by force, but by, complaining so much that you go, oh, geez, I better end this. And the big news, which I pretty much predicted, there's a huge shortfall in the budget that Murphy has to address. And there's already talk of borrowing money, laying off some government employees, which I'm not totally against because there's usually too many of them running around. And of course, raising your taxes. So, you may get through this perfectly fine, only to find that, oh, great, now my taxes have gone way up to pay for something, that, I don't know, Did you think this was a good response, a bad response? I think as I've said, a large extent, no one's going to blame Murphy for his initial response, but now you're going to turn around and say to people who you forced out of business and out of work, hey, now pay us more money. It boggles the mind. On top of the fact that you're going to have massive unemployment to deal with, and you're going to be paying out for that. Well, the federal government is. So, this cannot end well. So Phil needs to open the state. And again, if you want to do it incrementally, fine, but have a plan. There's no plan here. When you have the state police saying that wave parades might violate his order, tells you how vague the order was, okay? And how hesitant they are. They're not sure. So what are you going to get here? Are you going to get the police go, well, we don't know, so we're not going to do anything, and then you're trying to plan the parade? Or maybe they decide at the last minute, no, shut it down. And they come in and they, arrest everybody. And how are you going to maintain social distancing if you do start arresting people? You're going to be putting them in a confined space where they'll be close to each other. You already are trying to let out prisoners in order to ease the prison population so they can social distance, and you can't keep the disease out of there. So you cannot manage this past a certain point. There's just no way to do it. At this point, everybody who's gotten it kind of either have gotten it, or it's burning through the population. Now there's all sorts of people talking about how, well, herd immunity probably would have been the way to go. Now that's Monday morning quarterbacking. I'm not suggesting Phil should have just thrown up his hands and defied the U.S., but now that we know herd immunity probably was the way to go, it's definitely time to open things up and just deal with the potential outbreaks, if there are more, and tell people to mitigate. The study out of Japan says that because people in Japan wear face masks all the time during flu season, they barely had a problem. So that should tell you, if people wear face masks, we'll be mostly okay. We'll be about as okay as you can be. And you'll have herd immunity, and this will be over, and you'll be able to pay for it. Now you're going to borrow money to keep the state closed down longer? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, this is going to be bad if Phil does not open the state soon.